Hello everyone, welcome back to Rolling Solo. My name is Adam Smith. This is going to be a featured product video for a playmat. That's right, as you saw in the title, when you clicked on the video, it says it's from Deep Cut Studios. This is a studio that I just found on the internet within the last month or so. And I'm really excited to share this company with you guys because of the fact of how absolutely blown away I am at the playmats that they are creating. They're creating some absolutely fantastic stuff, and I wanted to share that with you in case you happen to be close by to them or one of their retailers. On their site, of course, Deep Cut Studio, which you can find in the description below, there is a link directly to their site. There's a list for their retailers as to where you can pick these playmats up. The purpose of this video is to show you the one I picked up to cover my Game Anywhere table, which is just a little bit under 4x4. My playmat is 4x4, which you can see goes off the table by about an inch or two. You can get them custom cut to fit the table, but I chose to actually just go 4x4, and then I'm going to actually have to do the cutting myself. And yes, you can actually cut these playmats and they still will look good. Of course, you don't want to use just typical scissors, but still very, very cool. Anyway, the first time I unpackaged this thing and rolled it out, I was absolutely blown away, and that's one of the major reasons why I wanted to share this with you right now. I want you guys to know that I'm not being paid for this particular feature product. None of my feature products are ever, even to this date, and if they ever became paid, I would let you guys know, but none of my feature products that I feature on the channel have any money coming my way whatsoever. They're just truly stuff that I've either purchased or I just basically love. Like I think the last one that I featured might have been the Kingdom Death Monster accessory set. That one was absolutely phenomenal, and it was just like so exciting to show you guys that. And then I ended up being able to get Scotty to allow us to have a giveaway for it, which was really cool. But for this particular playmat, I just want to show you kind of the quality of it, and then it's really up to you as to whether or not you're close by to a retailer or you want to make use of a special discount that I want to give you guys for being basically part of the Rolling Solo community. So let's take a look at the playmat, because it's been 2 minutes into the video and I'm sure that's what you're here for. So again, the company that I'm talking about is called Deep Cut Studios. And so the reason I wanted to get a playmat in the first place is I've got this Game Anywhere table here in the studio, and when I basically play on it, I'm always worried that this, with a speed cloth, I'm going to make a mess on it. I'm going to spill something on it one day and truly regret everything. So what I did was I was looking around for a playmat that would fit that, and I found one. This thing is mammoth. It goes all the way to the end here and comes out about 2 inches or so down here, and is about 2 inches or 3 inches out over there. So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this thing out so you can see it, and this is just one of many different styles. So this is the first one here, so let's roll this guy out. This is going to be quite wild. So just before I roll this any further, this one is so cool. Like I cannot tell you how cool it is, so let's keep rolling it out. So it's basically an aerial view of a city looking straight down. It looks absolutely amazing. Now, as you can see, there's a little bit of extra going on here. So for instance, in the back here, it's going over the edges just by about 2 inches, and then over here, it's going over the edge by about 2 inches or so, maybe 3. On the edges, it's pretty good though, although there's probably still about an inch or so to cut there, and then an inch or so to cut over on this side, but still absolutely phenomenal. And I don't know if you can see the detail on this playmat, but it's crazy. Like when I saw this one online, I was like, this is phenomenal. It's gonna look super cool with games like Arkham Horror, Eldritch Horror. Basically, you could play this with any modern game. Even you could play this with Fallout. Like I'm trying to think off the top of my head how many different ones you can play with. But of course, once you kind of go into the fantasy side of things, that's where this playmat may not work so well. So I basically, for myself, plan to be picking up some different playmats in the future and things like that. But this is just one that I picked up, and I was just absolutely blown away with how the quality is just crazy. You can see here, like the clouds, for instance, actually look like they're hovering over top of the shot. You know, all the way down to the lights in the different areas. You know, there's like an island off here in the distance. The other thing that's really cool about Deep Cut Studio is that they keep their logos really light. So this is the logo right here. That's all they do. They have an individual's name and Deep Cut Studio in the corner, but like typically when you purchase these types of mats, especially with this kind of quality, like the logos they put on them take up like a huge chunk of the corner. You know, this is a tiny little logo impression and it's basically see-through, so it doesn't even stick out. Really the focus is on the artwork itself on the table. That's what really matters, in my opinion. So again, I wanted to let you guys know the retailers involved in this place come from, or at least they have connections, I should say, to multiple retailers across the world. In terms of different areas, for example, they have retailers in the UK, in France, in Italy, Belgium, Germany, Spain, Denmark, Netherlands, Austria, Sweden, Finland, Norway, Malta, Australia, United States, Taiwan, New Zealand, and Iceland. So they've got connections all over the board, and they've got great products. Like this is the first one I've got, and I already want more because like I was just trying to cover my game table, and now I've got this, and now I'm just like my jaw's on the floor, and I want to try to get a different themed one for different type of games. I mean, you guys may end up seeing me use this one in an upcoming playthrough. I don't know which one I'll use it with just yet, but it's absolutely cool. So yeah, the one thing I wanted to make mention of though is that I was able to work something out with the individuals at Deep Cut Studio, and they were really, really kind and said that they would give everyone at Rolling Solo a 10% discount on any purchases made through their online site if you guys use the coupon code, which they created for me, and I believe it runs until the end of March of 2018. So if you see in the description below, there'll be a coupon code that you can use when you purchase one. So if you happen to need one, want one, and stuff like that, I'm giving you a heads up. It's a 10% coupon, so it's a pretty good one, and it'll help you guys get a playmat maybe that you like. And again, this is a 4x4, so the cost on this one is much higher than most, and the only reason I got this one was because you know, mainly because I'm trying to cover this entire Game Anywhere table. Normally your table is going to need like a 3x3 or like basically a more slender one. This is almost wargaming size because a 4x4 is really talking in terms of like a square table. And most people's tables are rectangle or something like that, and typically longer than it is thicker. So you might be going for something like a 6x3 or a 3x3 even, and that might do you. So, and now the other thing that's really cool about it that I want to let you guys know on their site is they have 3 different ways that you can basically pick these mats up. So you don't always have to buy, you know, this particular type. So what you're seeing here essentially is a mouse pad. Obviously, it's super high quality on the back. And it's nice and thick. The cool thing they told me was that you can actually cut this, and I'm terrified to do that. But they said you can cut it, and there won't be. It's seamless. There won't be any. I mean, again, it's on you to do that, but they're saying essentially cutting it is no issue. So essentially, this one said it's made from synthetic cloth with a 2mm thick rubber foam backing. The paint is soaked into the material and will never scratch or fade off. This is for this mouse pad mat one. It has a non-slippery backing to keep the mat on the table, of course. Instant matte flatness and smooth gaming surface. So as you saw, I was able to just roll it out. Bam, lays flat as well, as flat as whatever you can think of. And what else? A soft rubber foam allows to pick cards up easily and roll the dice without a sound. So let's grab a couple dice here from our most recent playthrough, Maximum Apocalypse. So if you're rolling some dice, nice sound to it. Very quiet. Very, very quiet. But you can hear it. It's kind of like the pitter-patter of the dice hitting. But the quality of the actual material itself can't scratch. There's no, you're not going to get an edge on it. You can't actually, literally, you cannot scratch anything off of this. It's like painted into the material itself, which is just fantastic to know that it's got that kind of life. This one apparently is the premium choice for gaming tables, is the mouse pad version. Now if you want, you can go a little cheaper and get like a cloth mat. So it's made from a lightweight synthetic cloth. The paint is still soaked into the material and won't scratch or fade off. It can also be machine washed or ironed with steam. So of course if you go with cloth, you can start washing it. But of course with cloth, it's more likely that if you did spill on it, you'd want to wash it. Whereas with this one here, if somebody spilled on it, you could probably quickly wipe it away and it wouldn't do anything. And then PVC is the other option. So you can get it in high durability PVC, non-textured gaming surface with high quality printed picture. so it's not paint soaked like the other ones. And it's resistant to scratch and tear as well as dirt stains, compatible with water-based pens. So that's really cool. So if you go with a PVC type mat, you're talking about something where you can take a washable marker and start marking on it. So, you know, there's a whole bunch of games that can use that, and it's really cool because the price point is lower. If you go this route and get the thicker, kind of 2mm thick mouse pad material, it's definitely going to cost you a little bit more. And of course, if you're shipping something like this, like a 4x4, it's going to cost a little bit extra. But if you find a retailer nearby that's carrying Deep Cut Studios game mats, I highly recommend you check them out. They did a phenomenal job on this one, and the artwork is absolutely stunning. I love it. And there's tons of other ones too. There's aerial shots of different, there's aerial shots of mountains, of winter scenes. There's some that are just standard tabletop wargaming. They got a little bit of everything going on there. So I highly recommend you check them out. Won't say too much more. I was just extremely happy when I rolled this thing out, and it kind of blew my mind as to how nice it really looks. And I wanted to share it with you guys, let you guys know about it. And also the fact that I was able to work out something to help you guys out if you want one. So, thanks again for watching, everyone. Appreciate all the support. Hopefully this was helpful. And if you are looking for a gaming mat, I highly recommend you check out Deep Cut Studios. I'll put all the links in the description below as well as the coupon code. Thanks again for watching, and as always, keep on rolling solo.